Welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about big and little. You know, this is part 2 of that contrast series that we've been showing you. The last one, number 1, was all about warm and cool, distance, close up, and things like that. But this one is about creating a large shape and then small shape. Next to it, create the illusion of distance. And we painters love to do that, distance and space. You know, it's that visual drama. You know, for things like this. Here's a little landscape I did. The trees are really close, and of course the colors are warm, so that means they're coming close. And that little tiny tree further away is, of course, it's the same shape, but it's more on the cool side. It's bluish. So see how we created the illusion of it further away. So it's large. Here's a little sketch I did, really large, and the same shape, tiny. Look how the distance it creates. It's a great illusion. Even if you're working with recognizable images, figures, you know, big figures, and then tiny, same figures, further away. It's just a great little story. So again, here are the two big parents, and surprise, there's that little kid right there. You know, it doesn't always have to show distance. It just shows drama and I know, big and little. That's what we're doing here too. Even if you're doing abstracts, you know, this is a collage of abstract pieces, but see, all this stuff is going on, but then your eye still goes to the one spot, and it happens to be one of the smallest spots, and it's warm. See how your eye goes to that contrast? That's what we're talking about here. It's contrast with the size and also certainly the color. This one over here is more traditional. This is that big bouquet of flowers, you know, and this tiny, well, maybe not so tiny, glass of wine. But you still go to that, the focal point. You know, again, it creates a story like that. You know, that's one of the fun things I like to do, and I'm going to do it with collage. I prepared one. I want to get started on it, so let's get going. So I'm getting ready for this demo, and I wanted to show you my art materials. Pretty simple. That's what I love about this part too. Here I've just taken some brown craft paper, brown paper bags. I painted black gesso. I make my own black collage paper. And then I cut up some white paper. There they are. There may be squares. Here's some black, moving them around. Here's some tiny little ones. I want to have 3 different sizes I get to play with. I have started already a brief starting of 2 sheets of Kilimanjaro watercolor paper. That's 300 pound. I've already glued some paper down already. And I've glued it with a gel medium acrylic. That's what I use as my glue, gel medium. It's just regular gel medium. Of course, I have a big bucket of water and a gel medium brush, kind of a heavy duty brush, right? So I can really slop it around like that. So those are the materials. Oh, and then I have this brayer. You know, and this is really great to kind of get the wrinkles out. You know, it gets the wrinkles out. Of course, you have to wash it at the end of this process. But hey, it's a great way to push it all down and get all the bubbles out. So these are brayers. I have several of them because they do get gunked up. And that's one of the tools for creativity. Hey, let's get started. So here I go. I do this standing up, by the way. I like the rhythm and the energy. So big brush. Here's my wet big brush. Here's my gel medium. It's my acrylic gel medium. I put a whole lot. This is not the time to be skimpy. I noticed in some of my collage classes, people are afraid to use the glue. It's the only thing we've got, so use it up. Yeah, use it all over the place. Then they worry about, oh, it's going to come up and have bubbles. Well, it won't if you use lots of glue. Okay, here we go. Lots of glue. I love this. So this will be the big shape I'm thinking about. So glue it down like that. All right. Nice and wrinkles. Nice and wrinkly, actually. Here we go now. Another brayer. See, and it pushes it all out. Oh, we have glue everywhere. It's great, isn't it? I do love collages. Kind of a Robert Motherwell and Liechtenstein. That's great, guys. See, I've already started, and this is aluminum foil. This is a goofy day. I did this yesterday. I just decided to put aluminum foil on. See where it goes with that. Now that's the big shape I'm talking about. So that's really close. So now I'm going to get some further away shapes. So I'm going to put glue everywhere. When I do my collages, I actually put the glue on the surface, on the canvas, or I don't put glue on every individual piece. So this will be, let's see where this goes. There we go. Fun, huh? Whew. Oh yeah, these things are so well planned. Not, like the energy goes from here to here. Oh, let's get into here too. I wanted to do something like this. So it looks like they're forward. And again, I put glue on the top of it. It really pushes it into the surface like that. Whew, it's kind of cool. All right, that's where that one's going. Let's do some more up here. There we go. Cool. And let's get some here. Let's see this flow. Oh, the name of this. If you've been watching my videos, you know I name my paintings first. That way I can just keep painting until it matches the title. That's how I know when the painting's done. And the name of this painting is called Migration. You can almost see it. See how it flows. I'm gonna get these little ones here. This will be fun. These little ones. I have no idea. There they go. Whoa, cool. Much further away. There's some wayward ones way out here. Oh, this is fun. Well, again, that's kind of an example of just using collage paper. You don't always have to use paint, right? And to collage paper and lots of glue, gel medium, acrylic glue as your adhesive. This will all dry optically clear in about an hour. But now you can see the title called Migration. Anyway, when I had an idea, like a title, that way I can keep painting like this until it matches the title. Well, that's my version of big and little and working with contrast, always working with contrast. So stay tuned for the next and third one. It's a great one. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Hi, it's Bob again, here to remind you about Petting Zoo, that virtual juried show with $1,600 worth of prizes. And you still have some time, not that much, but you still have some time. July 31st is the deadline for you to register and then submit those up to 3 images. I cannot wait. All animals are welcomed, okay? So be creative. July 31st, the deadline. Paint more. I can't wait to see them. And remember, pet your donkey.